After being detained in China for more than 2 years, the two Michaels, Michael Spavor and Michael Kovrig, are now facing trial. Michael Spavor's time in court happened earlier today behind closed doors and ended without a verdict. Michael Kovrig's trial starts on Monday. If they are found guilty of spying charges by the Chinese government, it could mean life behind bars. Michael Kovrig's family has spent the past 2 years fighting to try and bring him home. His sister Ariana is joining us this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
First of all, I'm curious about your reaction to the process and outcome to Michael Spavor's trial. And have you heard from officials ahead of Monday?
We haven't heard from officials most recently yet, but we heard from them earlier this week. And I wasn't entirely surprised about the outcome from Michael Spavor's trial. We were prepared for the fact that and hoped for the fact that the verdicts would likely be delayed and there wouldn't be a conviction in the same day.
Why were you hoping for the delayed verdict?
Well, it sort of extends our chances, I suppose, of securing their freedom.
How have you and your family been holding up ahead of your brother's trial that's coming up on Monday, in light of the fact that things have now sped up?
It's obviously a scary, intense time. We've had many of those in the last 2 years, but it feels a bit now like we're in the final act. The problem is there's no script. There's nowhere is it written that the Michaels get freed and everything works out well.
Playing along to that, a former Canadian ambassador to China, Mr. St. Jacques, called these trials, his words, very worrisome. He also said the sentence will be dictated by the Communist Party of China. It becomes a lot more complicated to extract them from China. What are your feelings about those statements?
Yeah, they're true, obviously. I mean, we're well aware that the trials are somewhat meaningless in the sense that, these are innocent men, and it doesn't really matter what they say or do. And if these carry on, they'll be found guilty. So our hope is for a resolution before it gets to that.
Your brother has spent 830 days in prison. You've spoken with him twice since he was detained, both last February and then at Christmas. What's the latest on how he's doing, to your knowledge?
It's been a little while, unfortunately, since we've been able to hear from him, since he hasn't had a consular visit since January. But, as of then, he's doing amazingly well. He's inspirational, really. He's staying strong, and it's a daily struggle, but with the help of meditation and yoga and all the books that we've been supplying him with, he's trying to use this time to better himself so that he doesn't feel like he's wasting it. And it's not easy, but he's amazingly resilient. I think by now he could write a book on stoicism and resilience.
It's incredible to hear. I mean, knowing all the facts that you and I have just discussed, he is living them out in real time in China. How difficult is it, Ariana, for you and your family to watch your brother be used as a political pawn on the world stage? And just to put into context, right now, and you're keenly aware that, the U.S. and China administrations are meeting in Alaska right now. They're having conversations. Meng Wanzhou's trial is happening in B.C. also in this same week. What is that like for you to know all of those elements at play?
I mean, it's certainly a surreal experience. And he's, just a man. And in some ways it makes it seem like these lives are expendable, and it's so unnecessary. And I feel like, as a society, we're better than this. We shouldn't still be doing things like this, taking people away from their lives to, carry on your battles in other realms.
Ariana, the rest of the country know them as the two Michaels, but to you, this is your brother. What would you like people to know about him?
That he's, I don't know, that he's a really great guy that has an amazing life that he's got to get back to living. And we all miss him very much.
If you could get a message to him somehow today, what would you want to say?
Oh, I want him to know he hasn't been forgotten about, and that there's a whole world of people out here that care so much, and that we're right there beside him, holding him up and trying to get him to maintain this exceptional strength just a little bit longer.
Ariana Botha, thank you so much for coming on Your Morning today.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.